was listening to this podcast and it was like in China where like this whole thing started. They wear masks. They get their temperature taken like any business they walk into, and then they also have like some sort of chip or device that literally tracks them, like where they've been, and it flashes green if they're good. I think it flashes red if they've been into like a hot spot, and it flashes like yellow if they traveled out of the country or traveled anywhere. So that, like, I do like understand. I think like, you know, the United States is like very like, our rhetoric is very like my business, you know, like very, you know, they don't
self-centered.
Yeah, self-centered and private, and you know, so I get that, and I don't think I wouldn't love to have somebody checking like literally where I would go, but like, I don't know, they're like willing to sacrifice their personal liberty to like protect the population of people.
Well, they don't have a choice.
And they don't have a choice either. But I was listening to this podcast, and she was saying that like people in China aren't super, super like against it. They're just like, you know what, this is what it is, you know, like, you know, this is just life. So I thought that was really interesting.
Jesus.
Yeah.
China freaks me out.
Yeah.
When you hear about what happens, especially with the Hong Kong situation now. Have you heard about that?
I haven't.
So the lease, right, or whatever it's technically called, that you know, the UK had on Hong Kong, right, or that they gave back to China, it's up. So China can effectively do whatever they want. The charter's gone or something. Whatever they want to do with Hong Kong, they can. So they're moving in to pull back on a lot of the freedoms that Hong Kong had, because it was a little more liberal, a little more democratic than the rest of China.
Yeah.
And so they are cracking down.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they're moving in. They're hauling people out.
Yeah.
They're ghosting people.
Yeah.
And that freaks me out.
Yeah. Definitely, I think, like, growing up, we, like, you know, like, we've been in this culture where, like, we have, you know, personal liberty and we have personal freedom, and the government doesn't have, like, a lot to do with our day-to-day lives, you know? So, yeah, it is definitely really weird to think, like, okay, like, they're gonna, like, crack down on all this stuff. Like, I don't know how people there feel about it, you know? Like, are they uncomfortable, like, having people, you know, having the government so involved, like, in their day-to-day life? Like, is it like an infringement upon their rights, do they feel? Or do they feel like this is just what life is as a community member in China? Like, I don't know. Who knows?
Well, yeah, if you figure that's what you've known from the jump, that's all. This is just what life is, right? The government can do whatever they want, whenever they want.
Yeah.
But what scares me is that people don't think that can happen here.
Yeah.
That's what scares me.
Yeah, definitely. I think, and like to a certain extent, we are so bound in like we need to make money to live and to survive that we have like a lot of, you know, maybe like we aren't controlled like from like very minutely, but we are kind of in a weird way. Like we have to work to make money, and like we can only work so much to gain so much, and minimum wage only, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of like we're kind of bound like in a capitalistic way. Whereas like, you know, other countries are, I have no idea, but you know what I mean? Like there's like, you have to like kind of, it's kind of control, like it's controlling of like what you can do. Like student loans are so expensive, and I don't know. It's just pretty crazy. It's like weird.